Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday. I hope you're all okay, everyone listening to me and seeing me on here. I've got my rainbow cup today. I love my rainbow cup. Anything can happen. It's got a nice message at the bottom as well. So I hope some of you can be on here with me. A nice cup of tea and relax. It's Bank Holiday Monday. How lovely is that? The sun is shining. We're having a good day so far. Beautiful weather out there. So I hope a lot of you are okay and managing to enjoy it. It'd be lovely. So I'm waiting for someone to come on here. If you're also busy, which I'm not surprised if you are, get out there and enjoy yourself. If you are very busy and having a good time already and not time to listen to me, then listen to me later if you want to. Okay, so today is all about it's okay not to be okay. That is the thing. A lot of people don't realise that it is okay not to be okay. We all try to be our best, don't we? We all try to be the best version of ourselves, don't we? I do as well. And people often say to me, are you always up? Are you always happy? Are you always positive? Because you come across like that. And yes, I am. I am always happy. Well, most of the time. But there are odd days, and there used to be a lot more of them in the past, but a lot of the time I'm okay. But there are odd days when everything goes wrong and you feel as if you have no control over it, and you feel out of control, you feel frustrated, you feel tired from a situation or whatever is going on around you. It can wear you down over a period of time, and before you know it, you just have one of those days where you are not good, and it just comes out. You might be angry, you might be frustrated, you might be sad, you might be crying, you might be whatever those negative feelings are. They tend to sort of creep up on you, don't they? You think you're okay, and then one day they're just there. Well, I'm encouraging you to go with the flow, to make sure. I've got someone on here. Hi, whoever you are. Happy hugs on a Monday. Say hi to me and I'll send you a hug. That would be nice. So we can all have those days where we are frustrated and we are out of control with those feelings. And that's okay. You're allowed to be that way. And so if you could imagine saying to yourself, it's okay not to be okay. Because a lot of the time we judge ourselves on it. We judge ourselves on the time that we lose control, or we don't feel our total happy selves, or we let a situation take control over our feelings. And so we can easily react to that and then judge ourselves. And we all do it. I'm one of the people that used to do it a lot. So hi, whoever else has joined us here. It can be the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. It could be something you've been putting up with and you're okay with for a long time, and then suddenly you're not. And I had one of those days the other day, and it took me by complete surprise, because I thought I was okay. On a conscious level, there was me thinking, oh, I'm getting on with my day and dealing with a challenge after another, and I hadn't realised how much that had really got into me, throughout the day. So, for example, I came into my workroom and there was a flood of water everywhere, and I was thinking, oh no, I've got to clean it up. It's going to take an hour or two to clean this up. And I was thinking, I could have a self-judgment. I should have made sure that a certain dehumidifier I was using was okay, and I didn't check it, and it was probably my fault, I'm thinking. So there was a lot of self-judgment going on with that, and I thought I'd just grin and bear it. So I thought of a Pollyanna. It's one of the talks I've talked about in my Nan Talks, on the blue section if you go to it, www.nancyfinch.co.uk, if you want to look it up. Now, Pollyanna is one of my favourite exercises to use when things go wrong. So when it all went wrong that morning, I thought, well, it's only a thing. It's fine. I can fix it. And so I thought of at least 5 things that was good from that situation. That's what you do with the Pollyanna game. So I thought, okay, I don't have to wash the floor. That's fine. I get a chance to move the furniture around. Oh, hi, Ellen. Nice to see you, darling. Big hugs to you. You're going to like today, because some of it is about a situation you know about from me. So this is really funny. It's about a certain cat. Yes. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the water all over the floor. Okay, that's great. So I thought, I don't have to wash the floor now. It smells lovely. All those 5 things, and shows I can get everything done in time. There's loads of good things you can come if you focus on what you're getting from that, the positives from the negative. So I did that, and I immediately felt better. And then the day went on, and as it went on, I had more and more frustration. And especially with a certain cat I've got that has a problem, and I've had it for 15 years and the problem hasn't gone away, and I keep thinking I'm okay with it, I can deal with it, but she has a terrible habit of making a mess everywhere where you don't want her to. And a certain lovely settee I've just been given by my friend, she decided to christen that. Oh dear. Well, that was the last straw for me. I had so many years I've had a situation where I've tried my very best to sort, and we all have those, don't we? So I had this situation where I thought I was on top of it, thought I'd covered everything, and it all went wrong again. So little Nan just burst into tears. She couldn't believe, that part of me couldn't believe I was still dealing with an ongoing frustration for 15 years. So I had to immediately do another Pollyanna. It surprised me that I felt emotional over not being in control. But it's okay not to be okay. And I realised that, and as soon as I got that, I thought, okay, release self-judgment, release the energy around that, and bring my emotional balloon from here back to there. So what I did the Pollyannas again. Sometimes it's hard to find positives that are negatives, but it's always there. And all you've got to do is find it, and maybe make yourself laugh as well. I do a lot of that. Maybe have a gratitude list. And another thing I did was to think of all the things to be grateful for. So I wasn't focused on something that wasn't making me happy. So I did that, because there has to be balance, doesn't there? If you think about it, you know, we have good days. If you're lucky, you have them a lot, but there's also got to be days that challenge you. There's got to be a yin-yang situation to your life. So we grow and evolve as a soul, don't we? We learn about ourselves every day. So hi Maurice, lovely to see you, darling. Happy Monday, hugs to you. And if you've just joined me, it's talking about it's okay not to be okay today. And we all have those days, because people look at me and say, are you always up? And I'm going, most of the time, but there's been many, many years where I wasn't, and many years where most of my days were challenged and my emotional balloon was on the ground. So I've had to make up these things and learn and to evolve and to share with you things that can bring your emotional balloon higher, so you're not suffering reaction from a stimulus or frustration or anger or whatever it's been going on for years, or whatever is bringing you to a low place. I'm here to help you to bring that to a higher place. So gratitude helped me. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to be positive. And then I put the music on. Power of the song. That's another exercise. I'll go through these again in a minute, just to remind you which ones you can use. So I put the music on, danced around the kitchen, sang a few songs. Thought, yeah, that's better. Now, everything that was making me feel frustrated before, from being a major problem at that moment, because I was tired or frustrated, suddenly became a much smaller issue. Much easier to handle, because I wasn't consumed by that reaction. And it could be anything. It could be the smallest things. A lot of parents, bless them, the children are off school at the moment because of the holidays, and they think they're okay and they're doing their best. And then they've got a lot of situations where building up frustration, and before you know it, they're in tears or they're angry or they're sad. Of course they are. They've got an inner child that can't take it forever, and it's got to be, you know, that emotion's got to come out. And that's where we get a chance to actually support ourselves. Hi, whoever's just come on here and give me a lovely heart. Thank you, that's lovely. So that situation has given us a chance. Hi Jane, that's lovely to see you, darling. Happy Monday to you. So I put the music on, I did the Pollyannas, I did the gratitude list, and before I knew it, everything changed. You know, Wayne Dyer used to say, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Well, it certainly did. Hi Irene, lovely to see you, darling. But I think it's good to embrace those feelings rather than run away from them. Because if we just say, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, your inner child might not be. And that's something we have to address. Because if we're not a team with ourselves, we're not very happy. We're running with a car with no petrol, if you like. Thank you, Irene, for the hearts. That's lovely. Yeah, so what can you do? I mean, there has to be yin and yang, doesn't there? If we have understanding of those feelings of frustration or reaction or anger or sadness or tears, if we have understanding of it, we've got control and we can change it. A lot of people get overwhelmed at some point in their life, but if you think about it, you need the rain as much as you need the sun, and you need the contrast. If you have the contrast, you've got something to compare it with. And then you think the next day, which by the way happened, I was extra grateful. I was extra happy because there was a lovely feeling of escape from those feelings and knowledge from those feelings that I'd had the day before. So I felt liberated the next day to be in a higher place of self. So, you know, when you've had lots of rain, the sun comes out, the flowers are prettier. We appreciate the sun, don't we? Hi, Seth. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, thank you. Lots of love to you too. Happy Monday hugs to you. Yeah, but we appreciate how beautiful our life is when we've come out of a problem, out of a situation, when we've had our life's rain. And a lot of people know that we need rain to be nourished as well, to nourish our soul, to feed ourselves some support maybe, to realise maybe dropping self-judgment, putting it in the bin. We have lots of opportunities to grow in our life through good situations and bad, or what we consider bad. But if we don't judge it as a good or bad thing, we're in control of those feelings. If we hold that feeling up and think, what can I give to myself right now? What can I make myself better with? How can I make this, support myself with this, okay? And it's giving you a reminder, if you have a hard situation or a frustration, or as I say, any of the other negatives that we consider, it's giving you an opportunity to find support for yourself, to find yourself in a place of happiness from it, because you've gained all those gifts maybe, or to maybe let a friend support you. That's another gift to the friend in yourself. I did that too. So now that same situation has no power over me. At the moment, I am clean and happy right now as I'm speaking to you. But we do need the balance of those days that we consider to be bad. Okay, we need the rain and we need the sun in ourselves. So, okay, I'm going to go back to the list I used. I used the gratitude list, and that's in the green section of my talks, Nan Talks, not Tea with Nan. If you click onto the website and go onto the green section, that's really good for your immune system. You know, this is where self-judgment belongs. You know, this is where we feel it. We feel self-judgment in this area. We also feel gratitude in this area. So when you're doing this particular exercise, you're cleaning up and making yourself well in that area, or certainly helping to. And that chakra will open and you should feel much better and less likely, by the law of attraction, to do more self-judging. Because if you notice, if you judge yourself hard, or there's a situation you're feeling and your emotional balloon's low, there's more of it throughout the day. It carries on and it carries on. But if you set yourself up with a gratitude list or a Pollyanna list, like I did, make yourself laugh, put the music on, like I did, it's going to be something that you can support yourself and change very quickly, and your body's energies will change. And then you're less likely to attract more of it anyway. So gratitude's in the green section. You could also do be your own cake. That's very good to feel in control. That affects the yellow section here, this yellow solar plexus area. So when you be your own cake in the, oh, sorry, that's the orange section, not the yellow. But you do feel a sense of worth. Hi, Sue. That's in the orange section, not the yellow. But you feel control and you feel like you've got value for yourself. When you give yourself the things you need from others, that's be your own cake. Okay. happy hugs to you, Sue. So I didn't have to do that day. Well, I sort of did, didn't I? Because I put the music on and gave myself what makes me happy, but I didn't have to actually think about being my own cake. I was naturally my own cake that day. So power of the song, well, I know that works. We all know how powerful music is, and it was great to put on my favorite songs and embrace the sound and the feeling from them. Really powerful, and it does change your mood very quickly, as we all know. So the power of the song is in the blue section if you want to go to the Nan Talks. And of course, self-talk is good. It's in the blue section. Look in the mirror and say, you can do this. You've got this. You can do that as well. And Sorted Sunshine, another one of my favourites you could use, although I didn't use it that day. You could use it where you identify your feelings with your inner child and give it to your higher self and detach. And if you want to know how to do that, go to Sorted Sunshine on the yellow section. Cool. The Tea with Nans, I've done a lot more Tea with Nans lately, and that's just as we're doing now, an informal thing that I point you to certain talks I've done. Well, the Tea with Nan, one of the things I'd like to remind you of is the sleep one I've done a few weeks back on the 15th of the 8th, okay? A couple of weeks back. Sleep is really important, and it can help your mood and it can help you deal with those things, those days where there's a rain, the days where you're frustrated and sad or unhappy. More sleep can help you with that, as we all know, like a tired child at the end of the day. We just need to sleep. So if you want to have a look at that, it explains why, perhaps a reminder perhaps to encourage you, to inspire you to have more sleep. Okay, that's on the 15th of the 8th. Attitude of gratitude I did, which goes with the gratitude talk. It's just a little bit of a different angle on the gratitude attitude. And that's on the 1st of the 8th. Then I've got hands head meditation I was going to offer you here, 19th of the 7th, where you just escape the world into darkness and create what it is you want. So supposing you're having a really bad day, or you're just in tears like I was the other day, goodness, you could just give yourself peace or satisfaction or happiness by escaping that and bringing those words and that concept into you. So if you need to look at that, that's on the 19th of the 7th. That's on the Tea with Nan on the blog. Go to that and perhaps practice that and see how that feels. Good. One of my favourites is the water ceremony, where you can introduce a new feeling with water into your face or your hands. That was on the 8th of the 8th. So what you could do in this particular situation, if you felt low, you could cleanse yourself from frustration. You could cleanse yourself from a bad day. So it's a mindful thing you could do with water, which would help you, okay? And if you know anyone that's feeling bad these days, and a few people have been, they've been sad or depressed or whatever their feelings are, maybe just pressured, maybe you can share this with them, because these talks really help. These suggestions I'm giving out, they're so easy to do, they're so simple to do, and they will help you. Hi Sarah, lovely to see you on here, darling. Happy hugs to you on a Monday. So we've got those. The Pollyannas are my favourites, I think, because the Pollyanna's in blue as well. It's a little game detaching from the situation, 5 positives from a negative. And it might seem a hard thing to do at first, but the more you practice this exercise, the easier it gets to do when you get those situations where you don't feel good. So that's good. And to remember, it isn't a good or bad thing, it just is. Quite a lot of the time, it comes from a farmer's story I used to tell you on here. Oh, that's nice, Sarah. So, the farmer's story, a long story short, just says, hi Sandeep, lots of love and hugs to you, my darling. So the farmer's story I used to go on about was just telling a story, in short, about a situation isn't good or bad, it just is. And the farmer didn't judge all the way through the story. He didn't judge a situation. He just went with it. He went with the flow, and he trusted the bigger picture, whereas his friends were up and down with emotion. And it's all about how we judge and let our energy go with a situation that's around us. We react so quickly to this that we can be brought down without even realizing it. So it is very important that we can probably just say to ourselves that it isn't a good or bad thing, it just is. And if we have that kind of feeling of peace and acceptance, then it will give us a feeling of trust that something in the bigger picture is going to make sense. And it always does. After you've passed a situation, have you noticed, if you've gained many gifts out of it, you think to yourself, I'm really quite glad I experienced that, because I've either grown in myself, my soul's grown and evolved. Something good will always come from something bad. That's the way it is. And when you look objectively back at what you've been through, you'll find that you can find many gifts within it. And it's taught you this, or it's taught you that, or it's made you more of this or that, or you've been an inspiration to other people because you've dealt with it. So that's something to consider. There's always something good from something bad. So, the farmer's story is quite funny. But as I say, it's quite a long story. I remember doing it on one of these talks, but I can't remember which one it was. So maybe you'll have to listen to all of them and you'll find the farmer's story. So I hope that's helped some people. Today is sunshine, and it is lovely out there. And I'm feeling the sunshine myself today. But if my inner child went through lots of frustration, perhaps more with the cat, I don't know. I've tried everything with her. But if I go through a lot of things that all sort of pile up and give me that feeling again, where my inner child just felt, she couldn't deal with the situation and burst into tears, well, that's okay. I just give myself the hug, the support, the Pollyannas, the gratitude list. I put the music on and I change. I take control and I change how I feel. And everyone can find something that fits them, that makes this easier to do. Okay? So if you've got friends or family that need a little bit of a cheer up, or makes, a bit more inspiration, point them to my website or just get them to listen to me on YouTube if that suits them. So it's www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And you can always email me on nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, because you might have, hi Annie, you might have a question about this, or you might say, what do I personally need? And I can point you to the right direction. Oh, big hugs to you, Annie. So yeah, it doesn't matter how big or small these frustrations can be in life that make us break down or react. It could be a little thing that keeps going on and on and on and on and on for years, or it could be a big thing you feel out of control with, or you feel you haven't got the solution to. Just remember, in that moment when you're reacting, it's okay not to be your best version of yourself. It's okay to be angry and sad and all those other things we don't want to be or let other people see. It's a good opportunity to love ourselves unconditionally, and to be compassionate to our inner child, to give ourselves a hug, and to take control with some action. So some of the things I've given you today, the Tea with Nan things, like exercises or talks I've done there, and the Nan talks themselves, are very good for you. Or maybe just listen to a meditation of mine. That might help too. They're all going to be colour-coded soon, so you'll know which emotional area on the physical body that they are affecting. But the last one I did was really good, the healing place of sleep. Go to that one. It's really good to boost your immune system and your life force energy. It's a tonic for the whole lot, but for all the areas, but it's really emphasised for the green and the red. So have a go at that. So leaving you with, it's okay not to be okay. Embrace those days or those moments, and then just think, what can I do to change that for myself? We quite often look to other people to change it for us, or a situation to change before we feel better. But thank you for the hearts. That's nice, Jane. But it's okay not to be okay, and you get those days, and the more you embrace them, the less afraid you are of them. They don't have control over you. I'm not a victim to those feelings, I'm a master of them. That's something you might want to write down. I'm no longer a victim to my feelings, I am a master of them. As soon as you realise that's what I'm feeling, I'm not going to judge it, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to support me. I'm going to give me what I need, like I was my best friend. And it works pretty quickly. And of course, the rainy days are less than you know, then the problems just go away. The rainy days just don't happen as much. And you enjoy more sunshine, and your balloon stays high. So I hope that's helped a few of you. I had to do this today because I thought people always see me on here and they love being inspired by happy me. But the other day when I wasn't that happy, that's okay too. And you give yourself what you need from other people, and then you are in control of everything. So I'm glad I had that day, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this talk, would I? So I'm going to give you lots of love and send you hugs, everybody. Anyone that's having a bad day and listening to me, well, I hope I've inspired you to use some of the tools I've got so that I made up, because they're really good for you. They're good for you to keep you, to change that situation so you look at it differently, okay? Oh, thank you, Irene. Lots of love to all of you. It's nice that you're all on here. And thank you, Annie, for joining me. I can only just see it on there. Please share this with everyone. And if you're listening on YouTube, like I'm going to put it on later, please share, like, subscribe and share. Because, as I say, it gets it out there. And I do this really because I just want to connect and help people to be more themselves. It's lovely. Anyway, have a good week, guys. I shall see you next Monday. Oh, hi, Grace. Lots of love to you. Hope you're having a lovely day. You might want to listen to this again, darling. And I'm sure that a lot of you, none of us go through days where, you know, times where we don't feel emotionally low. But there is something we can do about it. Oh, sending hugs to you, darling. Thank you for all the hugs, guys. Oh, hi, Linda. Lovely to see you. So we all have those days, and we're here to support each other. But it's got to come from ourselves first, to ourselves. Otherwise, you know, we won't really be doing a good job. We'll be codependent if we expect everyone else to fix this, or that situation to go away before we feel better. We're more in control if we take that moment and think, what can I do to help myself? It isn't a good or bad thing, it just is. I'm going with it, and I'm going to give myself the things I need from others, and go and practice and do one of these things, like put the music on and dance around the kitchen, whatever you need to do. Okay? Have a lovely week, guys, and I shall see you next Monday at 12 o'clock. Lovely. Take care and have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy the sun. I hope you're okay inside, your own sunshine. Take care, everyone. Namaste, lots of love, and see you next week.